Hey there, welcome. I kicked out Fox again. Welcome to another Thursday night edition of KitSZN. Fox, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I've been off the last 2 days. I had an interview yesterday that went fantastic. Um, I get to be a PE teacher next year, so that's
Ooh,
exciting.
yes, let's
So I have
go.
to get everything finalized and stuff. So I shouldn't be announcing it to the internet. But
It's okay. All the dozens of us will applaud
right,
you in
yeah,
happiness.
it's like there are 12s of us out here. But so that's exciting. And then
Yeah,
the boys' school was shut down today, so I took off and played with the boys all day.
that's right. It's snowing where you're at.
No, it's not at all. It's
Okay,
super hot. It's 60
never mind.
degrees.
Never mind. It's
There was,
wait. I thought it was snowing in Oklahoma. I think it was.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
I'm in Missouri.
Regardless, good. And as well as my news here, if y'all aren't aware, I am now an official staff writer for the Protagonist Soccer Network. So there's my little news there
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we hop in. So good spirits here at KitSZN. And along with those good spirits is obviously all of our many thanks to all of our patrons down below who still love us and support us, to allow us to be these goofy fellas here every single week for you. So shout out to John Hunt, Frank Anthony, Christopher Cohn, John Fuller, Michael Foots, Joshua Duder, Noah Telford, Alberto Aguilar, Jeremy Churchman, Stephen Howard, Ryan Lacara, Tim Knox, NF Reg 30, MOS, Kunal Patel, Olive Hedgehog, Andrew Towsley, Magic Peel, Brian Smetzler, Sandy Lester, William Land, Dylan Reed, Josh, Matt B, David Horn, Luke Loudon, Don Garber, not that Don Garber,
Yes, it
John
is.
Lanyard, Doug Brooks, and Matthew Schaff. As always, thank y'all so much for your support. And as also announced here last this morning, if you do want to catch anything that is kit season related, you can also head to our new ghost.io, our website. You can get all news kit related across the USL, from our weekly ratings to kit releases, our interviews, and more. It's a one stop shop for all things USL kits. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
And subscription is free. So,
I love that we had the history on there.
yes, I
It's
had to include everything
behind
that
the
we've
club.
done.
Yeah, like because then it's nice too. Like if you just came in, like, oh, what did they think about that kit from 2000 and what?
Right.
This is year six, year five,
Year five. Yeah.
2023.
Right.
We got it.
Or like, what's the worst kit that they have of all time? Well, it's the
It's still the Indy.
2021 Indy 11 kit. Yeah. So
They couldn't even get the model right on it. That was the biggest issue.
I know it wasn't. Regardless, all that information is on our website, free of access and free to subscribe. So, and we can continue doing this fun content that we do here tonight. Um, these are way better photos. I'm gonna download these. So yeah, so for here tonight, I am getting distracted as I always do. Here tonight, we have a very fun guest here that has done some great things as a member of the Brickyard Battalion, as a board member, as a friend the last few years, so I've gotten to know more about, and as someone who has a really creative side to him, which is really fun to watch him kind of do work. So, we're really happy to have him on the show and to maybe talk some trash or interesting insights into the latest Indy 11 kits from this past weekend. Without further ado, I want to introduce Jason Wyrick, VP at the Brickyard Battalion.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, it's honestly, I've been wanting to have some voices, some fellow Indy 11 voices here on the show. So I'm so glad to actually finally get the courage to ask someone to kind of come on to the show and join us.
Courage, dude. All you had to do was ask.
I say, and yeah, because we never have
You
enough
know me.
indie fans on the show. We got you, we got Austin all the time. Like,
It's me.
Not everybody can be a fan of a great club.
I know.
Some people like this guy weren't raised right. It's fine.
I'm trying to find stars.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I have this star. How about that one?
No, that seems to be a censor thing.
Oh, I'm sorry that I wanted to be family friendly for your family friendly show.
Well, anyway,
I wasn't family friendly like this for CBS. That's a whole other thing.
that is another thing. Which I want to get.
I'm sure we'll get into that later.
I'm about to say, yeah, I want to get into your background. So, Jason, if you can really quickly just talk very briefly about yourself, the BYB, and kind of your role these past few seasons. I know you just got recently promoted to elected to VP.
Well, first and foremost, again, thank you guys for having me. And word of warning, Jason Wyrick and Be Succinct are not compatible, so I'll do the best I can to do that. I grew up in on the east side of Indianapolis, split time between Warren Park and Greenfield, moved to Louisville to go to U of L in 2014, graduated from there in 2018, lived between Louisville area and moved to Knoxville, Tennessee for a couple of years as well. Got my master's degree from UT. Went back to Louisville, worked at ESPN Louisville for a while. I was on the morning show there with Diener and Mark Blankenbaker. Shout out to those guys. And when I moved back home, I wanted to get involved. I've been a member of the BYB since 2011. I wasn't one of the founding members, but I was a member. I was one of the original like 25 or 30 people. I've been a BYB member since I was like 14 or 15. So I've really grown up with this. I've spent half my life around the BYB and around Indy 11, and yeah, it's something for me where, you know, it started as I wanted soccer in my hometown, as we all do, and it grew into a whole other side of community, and ultimately, you know, what made me want to serve the BYB was the BYB saved my life. And I've been very open about my struggles and everything, but ultimately the community that I fostered with the BYB saved my life. And so I am very candid about that, because it's what we strive to do, is incorporate community. And you know, if we don't have community, then what are we even doing?
Exactly.
Amen.
It's one of the things that pulled me. I was not a soccer fan. I don't know if you know this. I wasn't a soccer fan until I was really into college. So this was about 6 years ago until I got into soccer. And one of the things.
Welcome to the mess.
Yeah, I know. I love it though, because one of the things that sets apart soccer from other North American sports, professional sports specifically, is the sense of community off the field. And I think the BYB, being an Indianapolis area native from Kokomo, I really got attached to the community. I got to know Bart. You obviously know Bart of the City of First. BYB got involved. And I noticed from there, it was a sense of difference. It was something different in the air, in the water, with the sport of soccer, and particularly with the BYB. So obviously, when I moved to Indianapolis after graduating from IU, it just felt right in. And obviously, I'm really happy with that community that has kind of fostered, that you have obviously helped curate a little bit, or at least been a part of, and you can obviously highly speak of. So I say, as someone who wasn't a soccer fan, getting involved, I really appreciate, you know, hearing that it was something that was from day one. And yeah, right. So I don't know what I was going to say, but basically, thank you for help fostering that environment.
I appreciate the kind words. You know, I feel like I'm as big of beneficiary as anybody has been, and honestly, at this point, it's something that I just want to pay forward. And I began that journey serving as the merchant design director for 2 seasons, and then I was nominated for our open vice president role for this past election for this upcoming season, and with the support of the community with the BYB, I was elected VP, and we're hitting the ground running. We're going to do some cool stuff. We already released a scarf this year, which was really cool. I still have my hands all over the merch thing as our new merch guy, who I handpicked him as my successor. I campaigned for him. I talked very highly of him to everyone. he was somebody that I believed in, and Logan's done a terrific job, but he's still learning as he goes. And we have an opportunity to do a lot of good in our community. And so when I got back from ISC in Denver, first thing I did was I went and I did the artwork that I was doodling on the plane, which became the scarf that we just recently released. And we have raised, I don't have an official number, but we raised in the ballpark of $1,000 for the Immigrant Welcome Center of Indianapolis. And so that's something that we're very proud of. And I can't wait to be able to actually cut that check when that time comes, with the scarf design. I won't say what it says for the family friendly show, but it's a parody of Icy the slushy.
I will say this real quick. I limit us to one curse word. So if you want to say the one curse word, this feels very primitive for you to say it. If you want to say it for the scarf, the one curse word for the episode. How honored am I to be given the one cuss word for the night? Oh man. Okay. Let me find the artwork. Yes. Here. Well, I'm going to send this to you on Discord. How about you put this up on the screen and I'll say it? Yes, I can do that. How about we do that? I think it would be better visualized than me just telling everybody what it is. But we sold over 100 of these scarves. 100% of all the net proceeds are going directly to IWC of Indianapolis. And we bought 25 extra to sell in hand, but I think these are going to sell really, really well. We're probably going to have to go in for another order. I think so as well. And I'm really excited to be able to pour back into the community that raised me. Yeah. And the aforementioned scarf here is happily on screen now. Jason, what are the words? Fuck ice. There we go. Obviously, you all know our stance on these things as we did that garage sale benefiting the Immigration Law Center of Minnesota. So obviously, we support this, and I got one myself. So clearly, also full disclosure, I'm also a board member for those who are not aware of the Brickyard Battalion at large. So Brett does great work for us. I try to help out where I can. Obviously, I don't have the quite creative flair that one Jason does help impact, but obviously one of the things that Brickyard Battalion does is help really try to foster and really hone in and trying to help their community. And this scarf is obviously a great example of what we did, as well as last year I helped do the Out of Darkness suicide walks that we did. And we do cool things like this that I love to hear WIB get more involved with. And that's something I know, Jason, you've been quite passionate about these last few months since you've been elected VP. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of things going on, but we're doing the best that we can to not only kind of get back to that community aspect that we wanted before, but to celebrate everybody's differences and everybody's interests and stuff. Because ultimately, we cannot rely on our club to bring people to the stands, as we have seen for the last 12 years. Yeah. And so it's up to us to foster that community. And so one of my projects that I've been working on now is the affiliate program. And we're trying to get everybody, into something, and we're trying to celebrate what everybody's into. And we're trying to celebrate the mosaic that is the BYB, because not everybody has the same interests. But if you look hard enough, you'll find somebody else with the same interest. And that's what we have to hone in on. Yeah. I love that, right? Because I know Fox and I here are kind of kit nerds, and obviously, same. Yeah, and you are as well. So, there are people who care about this specific topic, and that can bring people together. Absolutely. Finding those niche communities within the soccer community, I think, is a massive endeavor, but also massively important endeavor to be able to have people to feel welcomed, to have friends. Because what's the point of going if you don't find people who you feel comfortable with? Absolutely, you can love the sport. I know Fox here. I know you have 2 kids right now, so I know it's not always the easiest to go to live matches, right? Yeah. So anytime I'm able to come over and hang out with you out in St. Louis, I obviously, you and I both like that because then we both go to watch a game together. It's
Exactly.
different than being it by yourself. So I know that from, I probably spoke for you, but we both kind of understand that.
I mean, when I was in Louisville, still, so me and my wife were engaged, but she was out in Missouri already and starting her career, and I was finishing up my master's in elementary education, and I would go to matches, by myself, and it's like I love the sport, but yeah, of course, it's not as fun, and I'll be honest, I was not a part of the Coopers.
Well, did you at least go visit Scouse's house?
So not really, no. And
I love Scouse. Shout out to Scouse. He's a great guy.
Scouse, like I know Scouse, like via like dad Scouse,
Sure.
you know what I mean, like, but and like I knew there's all sorts of different ones that like I would follow on what once was Twitter, and Instagram and all that stuff, but like I was never a member of it because one, I'm not a huge fan of paywalls with fan groups. I know it's a needed process to keep funding, like, but when you're funding good things and stuff like that, but if you're hosting parties, I was about to say barbecues, but tailgates, there we go, tailgates. You're hosting tailgates, you're hosting stuff, you need, funding to do that. So I get like there's a need, but I was a college kid, or I was coming out of college. I was working at a youth shelter when the team was coming back in 2015. And then I started working at Lids. So I wasn't over here, making $1 million to where I could spend extra. I did buy season tickets for the team.
Yeah.
And I was right next to the Coopers area.
Oh, okay.
So, like,
I gotcha.
So my tickets.
I'm sorry.
I still wanted to be a part of the music and the fun and the smoke and all that good stuff, but like I didn't know them, so it would have been nice to like if I had friends and stuff like that to kind of bring me in.
Of
but
course,
I feel like I got that when I got to St. Louis. So like the Luligans, they don't have the paywall. It's just show up, be loud, and you're a Luligan. Yeah. So like,
I wanna interject really quick, and to all the St. Luligans here, you didn't do it first. The Luligans name will always belong to the U of L student section. I take pride in that. That was our thing. We were the Luligans for a while. We were Ken Lala's Luligans.
Huh.
Like aesthetically, they're the Saint Luligans. That's like they're saints.
That's sainthood.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so like they kind of really took me in, and along with the Outlaws too out here, because I was a paying member of the Outlaws.
You did.
And
I remember that you're live charity streams, right?
Yeah, so if you all haven't seen, typically every year I do a live 24-hour charity stream, and teams will donate prizes and stuff like that, and I raffle them off.
Oh, that's awesome.
For 24 hours, and the money goes to AO Impact, and which then spreads the money out trying to fund soccer for every community.
That's awesome.
So if you want to build something soccer related, and it's typically like for kids trying to build up the sport, look up AO Impact and apply for a grant, because they're shoveling money out. So
as well as connect with your local supporter group based off what Jason here is also talking about, because your local supporter group should be a beacon of your community. That is,
and if they're not, you need to tell them to do so.
Yeah, and same with their AO chapter. Whatever chapter you're a part of, Soccer Kingdom wise, find some way to either start your own or get them in gear to really kind of do stuff. Because I think that's the important message that I've been 15 minutes into with Jason, is that your supporter groups, your soccer community is more than just the sport. It is means so much more to all of us here, and that's kind of why we are here talking kits. And this is why this gentleman right here is a VP and also helps design cool shit. That's two. Sorry. For the
I told you not to let me have your one.
I know. See, hey, Frank, by the way, it's not Fox. You should always be more concerned with me. I have the
Right, as I said,
Potty
like,
mouth.
am
I
I
have
the
the potty mouth between us here. Yes. Anyways,
I'll have it tomorrow at about 11.
Well, I will say I wanted to. There was a part of me that wanted to hold off on that curse word until we got into after the Indy 11 kits. I wanted to dive into that as kind of the kit nerd yourself here, but we've already slipped in here. So
Let's just dive in.
we'll just dive right in. So I'm gonna pull up on the screen, Jason. I just wanted to know your thoughts here about the 2026 Indy 11 kits, and just kind of what your quick thoughts have been since Under Armour has joined the Indy 11 as their official apparel 3 seasons ago.
First and foremost, we were so close. This right here was so close to being awesome.
Yes.
That close. And it looks terrible. The idea, excellent. The execution, -37 of 10. And first and foremost, like a couple of very simple tweaks make this design way better. First and foremost, bring the sash the other way so that the crest is not awkwardly against it. Bring it down the other way, put the Under Armour logo in the middle, and then bring it all the way through the Ford logo. And if you need to put it, an outline around the Ford logo of the base color, do it. I made that in Illustrator in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I say, like, this is exactly what was going through my head. Like, I didn't think about switching it. Obviously, that's a great look too. But my whole thing was just like, I actually censored the Indy 11 badge through the stripe, which you can see on one of the jerseys.
Yeah.
And the players, the guy on our right is fairly centered. The guy on our left is not. And that's weird, right? That's not good.
Yeah, and the whole problem that I have is it just looks awkward because it's not going in the same direction. If the badge was a circle, fine, but it's not a circle. The badge is it's a shield, and the shield is inherently asymmetrical.
Yeah,
and Brett, bring up the other one again. This is why bringing it from the other direction looks better, because you can center that Under Armour logo no problem, and then you have zero issues with your crest because of that. It's the same thing that happened with the US jersey in 2010. They did their sash this way also, and the Nike logo was right in the middle of it because the US crest is another shield shape also that would look really, really, really funny if it was off center like that. And we were that close.
Yeah.
That close.
I know. Like,
if you want to do the stripe for the Indy 11, and for it to go through the badge, it would have to just be a vertical badge or a vertical. Look at that.
Yeah. So,
I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah.
Either one of them would have worked.
I know. And I think that's why I think when these got released, mixed on top of all the hype going into them, because overall, I would say I have been, outside of the quality, a general fan of the ideas put forth by Under Armour. Execution's another thing, but the general idea of trying, I've been a fan of. And I think this is another example of that. However,
if it wasn't a template, it would look better.
Exactly. And I think for the last 2 seasons, Indy 11 has been lucky to be treated like a creative, by Under Armour. They were able to be creative with their kit designs. Now, whatever.
I mean, the first season, I accidentally leaked the kit. If you remember that, I leaked the kit by accident because I took a guess at what it was based on the photo that the then Indy 11 comms guy that whose name I won't mention.
That's right. I remember that.
He posted this picture, and he posted too much information because it was a stock kit. I just went to the catalog and found it. And then I said, all right, I'm pretty sure I'm like 95% sure this is right. and then Brad Howder, God bless Brad. Bless his heart. All he had to do was say nothing. And everybody says, oh, well, Jason had a guess, But as soon as he went and raised hell about it, everybody knew I was right.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knew I had it dead on,
Same.
and I had it 100% dead on. And it was a complete guess, but it was because you gave me too much to work with.
Yeah.
I almost swore again.
We're not even half an hour in, and we're like near 3 at this point. This is great.
any jagoff could have done what I did.
Yeah.
It's just I was the one that thought about doing it, right?
Yeah.
And so, but with that said, in terms of what I think of the Under Armour quality, I think the sizing has been kind of funky.
Yes.
And I think, sublimation, people will have things to say about one way or the other. I actually personally don't mind it. I like this. I like sublimation personally because it wears a lot more evenly and it doesn't come apart as easy.
Right.
Excuse me. But with that said, the quality concerns that people had are still real. And the sizing problems that people had were still real. That's something I personally went to war over.
Yes.
At about this time last year, because in 2024, which the home kit that year was solid blue, and then the sleeves were the blue and blue checkers.
Yes.
That's my favorite Indy 11 kit we've ever had. And I think those two is the best pair.
Yeah.
I think that's the best pair we've ever had.
I would agree.
This one could have passed that.
Could have.
If it was done correctly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, so we move. And and so this sizing issue was a problem, and we had people, myself included, I couldn't wear some of these, and I wear size 2X shirts, sometimes go up to 3X if it's one of those like super tight cut ones. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't wear the 2024 home jersey because it was skin tight. Yeah. And it fit like an XL. And it's like super clingy material too. It was just miserable. Now I've lost some weight, so it fits me now. But as far as Under Armour goes, though, I've been very disappointed with the sizing. I've been very disappointed in the custom art, and I've been very disappointed with Under Armour should not be letting this get released.
Thank you.
Like that is abysmal.
Control.
You are a $1 billion company. You should not be releasing this to a pro team. I don't care that we're second division. I don't care that we're a laughing stock. I don't care.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be on a beer league team.
No.
Because it's ugly. It's so close to being great. And that's what's so frustrating about it. With that said, though, I applaud what they tried to do last year with the custom art. The home kit was the worst we've ever had. It looked like the
checkers.
It looked like a kindergartner. It looked like a kindergartner went into Kid Picks, if you guys remember that, and tried to design a jersey, and that's what last year's looked like.
Yeah, the warped checkers. I think we dubbed it the warped checkers kit. Yeah,
that sounds right. Yeah, but the red one, it wasn't bad. It's like a 6 of 10.
Yeah,
I like the red one. It's not my favorite.
Yeah,
but they tried something, and I'm okay with that. They went for it, and a lot of people liked it. Mm-hmm. Myself included. I didn't think I was going to like it. I was at the kit reveal last year at this time. I was mad. I was madder than I was over these. At least for these, I expect bad quality.
Right.
Yeah,
for a custom,
you've learned from 2 years now.
Yeah, for custom art, I expect to be good because you have good artists there.
Yes.
But see, the problem is I am an amateur artist, and I can put something together that's better than what you did in 15 minutes or fewer in Illustrator. Yeah. That is a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's not only is it a problem, but it's embarrassing. Yeah. If you're Under Armour, that's embarrassing. This kit is embarrassing.
Yeah, and that's where I think I kind of dove into my article when this kit got released here with Under Armour. I also heard there was some rumors that some of the kits were kind of difficult to breathe in, that first edition, 2024. That's not something you tend to want to see from a company the size of Under Armour. I think that's kind of shameful. Top of, again, regardless of the sublimation debate, I think for a team that is of the USL Championship stature, that is trying to be a USL Premier or MLS quality, the market says it should be that quality. If you're aiming to be that top quality, that to me spells cheap, which is what, as Jason, you probably know, this team loves to kind of play the cheap card a little bit.
And that's why, and I know, if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Yes.
The CFO, the new CFO of Indy 11, I forget his name already, but I got to meet him. I spoke with him for 5 or 10 minutes at the kit reveal this past weekend.
Yeah.
He sought me out because he recognized me.
Get it?
I was like, all right, cool. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Also, Jason's very recognizable for the one carrying the bluey 2-pole at every Indy 11 home match. If you all Muffin. Sorry.
Well, I do have a bluey 2-pole also that I sent multiple pictures. This is the only good picture I have of the muffin 2-pole. He recognized me, and I was chatting with him, and I told him how disappointed I was at how good this could have been and how easy it would have been to make it good. And I said, look, man, like, you see that guy over there in the black jersey? I designed that jersey. I will do the Indy 11 kits for free. Just give me one of each. That's all I ask. Just give me one of each. I will do it for free, and we'll look good. We will look really good. And he couldn't say it, but he was intrigued by that offer because, like Brett was saying, our club is notoriously cheap, and that is what it is. You know, we don't have all the resources that some of the other clubs do. We have to be a little bit more, a little more frugal and a little more thrifty. That's fine.
Which is fair. Yeah.
I'm willing to do this for free.
Yeah.
Come and find me. You know where to find me. I will get you next year's jerseys.
Yeah.
I will have you next year's jerseys ready by June.
Exactly.
And they will look awesome.
Yeah, and not have those these silly mistakes that we see here. And I think what you really see, what I've seen in the past several days, is that there's enough people in the Brickyard Battalion who care about this. And I think from the FO's perspective is something that they should have designs, quality, concepts even, that show that they care.
They want money, right?
Yes.
They want to make money. I'm trying to give you money.
Yes. And
I'm trying to give you money.
Because
if you put out a good product, we will all buy it.
I will applaud them. Like last year, the Racing Indy kit, or sorry, their third kit, the all black, the black with the smoke, whatever. Yeah. They released an actual third kit for the first time in years that players wore on the field.
You still have the other one, the racing stripe one. That needs to be the third kit this year.
Should.
You still got that up on Discord?
It's the
one with the 11 in the circle instead of the badge.
Oh, yeah.
This could be our racing kit this year, and that would sell out.
It would be good.
I will let them have that for free. Just give me one.
Yeah, I think they obviously know the kit market is something that is good to tap into, but they just keep doing the minimal efforts. And I think a lot of people back in the days noticed, how some of the kits back. Well, I can't remember some of the original kit manufacturers, but some of those are classics, right? The white and light gray checkers, with the blue. Yeah.
Hold on, I got one for you.
You got one for me. So yeah. See, and this is also why I wanted to talk with Jason, because as I said, I might be an Indy 11 fan,
but you haven't been there for the time.
Yeah, I haven't been there forever, and this man knows this Indy 11 kit scene, kit buys, from basic day one, and I want to
get the NASL, swagger.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Yeah, see, and there's even classic stuff like this. It doesn't have to try hard. but it works. It's the blue and the red stripes, white collar, reminiscent of their 2020 by Theodora. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So,
we love the lasagna kit.
thank you.
Lasagna kit.
And it has a name to it. So, like, and one of my favorite kits is the 2021 home kit that Tyler Pasher wore with the team.
Is that the navy polo? Like
Yeah.
I love that one.
It's simple, but it gets the job done, and it even had a little like Indiana little thing in the bottom corner, that little added bit of detail.
Right.
Like, you don't have to try that hard. You just got to put in some minimal, like a little bit more than the minimal effort, and you can do yourself a certified banger. Because there's a lot of us here in Indy who love soccer. Look, just try.
Will it get like a perfect foul from us?
No.
Probably not.
No.
But like, we're not going to poop on it.
No.
Like this one, I feel like we can easily poop on.
Yes, because of the execution.
Yeah, it's execution. Like, I don't mind a sash.
No.
Forward Madison's been doing it for years.
Right.
I don't mind a clean classic look.
Yes.
I feel like that's really in right now. Everybody loves it.
It is.
It's kind of boring to me. I'm literally wearing just a blue kit. So, classic's not a bad thing. And
yeah.
we got to stop this idea of like, oh, we have to do this or do that. Like, just Indy is a clean classic kit team. Be a clean classic kit team.
Yeah, like the kit Jason wears. I see that one often. That away kit. It's literally just different variants of blue, white checkers throughout it,
and they look awesome.
That's it. It's simple. Boom, bam, checkers.
Checkers.
Nothing crazy. Just checkers. Straightforward to the point. Looks good. I had that same one. I wear it often.
Yeah, like if you're the Indy 11, like you have checkers in your badge.
Yeah.
Use checkers. Like, I don't think that's too much. Maybe they used the one Under Armour checker choice.
Right.
Already.
Last 2 years. Yeah. They used all their checkers the last 2 seasons, and now they're like, oh, all right, let's do a sash.
Right.
And I understand what they were trying to do, because the whole point of this, and Fox, I don't know if you have seen any of this or if Brett's discussed it at all, but the marketing behind this was that it was like a racing stripe.
Yes.
That's where the idea for that one came from.
That's a racing stripe.
This is
that's an actual racing stripe.
Right.
Yes.
This was a sash so this is what we've talked about too, and we've had this conversation actually with like the marketing team from Louisville City, and sometimes when you're a template team, you have to try to sell it, and like you get your template, you get your shirt, you trying to make it look as nice as possible, trying to make it interesting.
Template doesn't mean bad. That's the thing.
But
it's when you don't care.
Yeah.
It's when you don't care to make the template look good that it looks bad.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and in case like this, it almost seemed like template, then marketing. And instead of some of the times where we want to see the marketing be put onto the kit. Like, you want to tell a story with it. If you're going to tell a story with it, the marketing's got to match it. But if this is going to be like, hey, we're doing a racing stripes theme for all this stuff, but you put in a sash, that's a bit of a mismatch, and you can clearly tell the template.
Definitely not a racing theme to me at all.
No,
it's not. But
checkers are.
The thing about the templates is the 2024 home shirt, the one that's the plain solid blue with the checkered sleeves.
Yes,
that is a template, and it looks awesome.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be bad just because it's a template. There are some people who say, oh, well, it should never be a template. I disagree. Templates are fine, but you have to do it tastefully or it will look really bad.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's what happened with this Indy 11 kit.
Yeah. So a lot of times that whenever we rate kits, like we might hamper on templates, but they're always a safe option, which means you'll always dip between somewhere in our range.
Usually like threes.
A 2 to 3, maybe a 4 if the color is done well. So like you're in that safe range where it's never going to go down into the, hey, you're going to be remembered for being an absolute terrible kit. Like it's going to be like, oh, you just released it. There you go. Job done. Bam. That's it. That is what it was.
Yeah.
So
And as long as it's not just like a one color shirt type thing, like, okay, here's your blue shirt, here's your
all
purple
red.
shirt that I have from
And no effort.
2015.
Yeah, no effort
And I
put
mean,
into it.
those are, for some clubs, that's the identity. And for those clubs, do your thing.
Yeah.
But for most clubs, that's not their identity.
Yeah.
And it just looks plain and it looks stupid.
Well,
I
and at
know.
this point in our history, it's hard for me to even argue that for U.S. soccer, because like when you see like a Liverpool shirt, yeah, it's just going to be a plain red shirt for the most part. They try to get a little creative and
Or
stuff like that,
accent or whatever.
but it's literally because they've been wearing that red shirt since 1622 or whatever.
Yeah, or
you know.
whatever, 100 years, right?
Yeah, it's like 400 years of club history, and that's all they had. They literally like, hey, you have a red shirt, you have a red shirt. All right, let's all wear red today.
Yeah.
And boom, club identity, wear red shirts. So, but like at this point in history, we have teams that are being created in 2015, and there was options.
Yeah, there's options to try to be creative. Like, there's very few clubs that have history that can be simple, and we talked about this with Bastion, are like the Cosmos. I know how you feel about the Cosmos, but they can be simple.
Yeah.
Because they have the history.
Yeah, they have the history of just wearing plain shirts.
See, he's doing more examples.
Yeah. I have my bag of stickers that were taken to New York.
Yes. I can't wait to use. We'll tell. Yes. We won't say it, but
Nice.
yes. I'm gonna spread those all across New York. When I'm there.
And then these also, of course, as well.
Yes, your city
sucks.
So, also, if you haven't picked up here, Jason here, besides being a really creative madman, I'm going to call him, with his creative designs that he does here for the BYB, he also does a lot of travel of the away days. This man goes to places.
I'll be back.
Yep. I figured you want to bring that up. So,
Jason,
Jason,
know where I'm going.
Yep, I do. So, Jason is...
I know.
You'll see it. And so Jason travels a lot to a lot of these way days. He's been all over the place. He does some, the acumen, as you see here in this photo, holding the blue sign,
Muffin.
up in Detroit. Muffin, thank you. Muffin up in Detroit. And obviously, also, Jason has this really cool thing. You can go and share it.
Check the comments, Brett.
Comments. Oh my gosh, there's so many to go.
Yeah. Somebody.
Oh,
somebody knows what's coming. Somebody knows what's coming.
Let's see that away day kit. Yes, the Your City Sucks kit.
And then it has all the cities on the back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know this one.
Yeah, you saw it in Lexington, I think, right?
Personally, no. I think you posted it on the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was you or somebody else that Tom brought with him to Lexington last year.
Oh, who did Tom bring with him? It wasn't me because I couldn't be there. I'm going to be there.
No, it was somebody from St. Louis, and I thought it was you because they were talking about
Zombie.
Somebody came with Tom. Yeah.
It's probably Zombie because he's the other guy from St. Louis who goes to everything.
Yeah. Don't know, but yeah.
But yeah, the Your City Sucks jersey, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
And then even the details on the back too. Like instead of Indy 11, it says Indy on Tour. Oh.
Yeah. See,
and then the special one for Hartford featuring Muffin with her middle fingers. If you know, you know. But...
yeah. So Jason here travels. He got the stickers. He got the hookup. Obviously, I'm gonna hopefully I think I'll be seeing you also in Brooklyn. Are you going?
As long as we're gonna play, I'll go. But I'm not buying anything and risking not having a game going up there again. Did not have a game.
Fair enough. So, but I wanted to dive in just a little bit into kind of I have my outline here. Jason had me make a timeline. This is amazing. I love this. To kind of talk about your experience making this kit that I'm wearing right now, the BYB kit from last year with our friend of the show, Austin from Equip Studios. And kind of, obviously, we kind of talked about some of our frustrations here with the Indy 11 and Under Armour Collaborative. and something that the BYB hasn't done in some time. Is in a few years was create a jersey. So tell me a little bit more about this.
Okay, well, where would you like me to begin? Because there's a lot that went into this, and I'm happy to share whatever.
Just give us
I guess
all the juicy details that you want to talk about design, because we will nerd out with you along the way as you tell us.
Excellent. First of all, shout out to Austin, as I hear, friend of the show. First thing we wanted to take care of was inclusive sizing. We were mad at Under Armour for completely alienating a part of our supporter base, and so we went up to 6X. I actually have the 6X in my it's just hanging up. I accidentally washed it in my laundry earlier because it ended up on my floor. It ended up getting mixed in, but we still have one from the original like photo shoot.
Yeah.
But I talked to Austin about it, and he said, yeah, we can do that. And I gave him dimensions, and we went up to a full authentic 6X in this kit. And I don't think anybody got bigger than a 4, but that doesn't matter. That's not the problem.
The choice was there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we now that we've done it once, we have the sizing down. We don't have to get big ones anymore. But we did that. And then I wanted to come up with something that it looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So it represented us.
Yeah.
And it also represented, the club that we support.
Yeah.
And I guess more than anything, that was the main thing that we wanted to do with this kit, was just be ourselves.
Yeah.
Be us. And so using the 4 colors of the Indy 11 crest, we created the cross in the middle. And then for those that aren't familiar, this is from the Indianapolis flag. This design is, and with the Civic Star in the middle, and then with the circle and then the cross. But it took inspiration from not only 3 or 4 different Indy 11 kits, but also the Portugal kit from about 10 years ago, the white one that has the green on one corner and then the red on the caddy corner.
Yeah.
It took inspiration from that. I always thought that was a classic looking kit. And I thought, all right, let's try something like that with this and see if it works. And it looked really good. So I ran with it.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to do the split shoulders. I think that looks really nice.
I like that.
And then the badge itself is like a rubbery, it's like a vulcanized rubber badge. Those look really nice. The new rubber badges that we have on this year's kit are just the letter mark. They're really nice also.
Ooh, nice.
We haven't released this one yet, but I can show you the badge at least. I'll send you that picture as well, Brett.
Let's do that. Yeah.
I'm
a big fan of this year's. As a board member, I have exclusive, access to seeing what it is. It's really good.
And I didn't do this jersey either. This new one, Logan Wallachy, the guy that I handpicked as my successor, and that I campaigned for. He did it, and it looks incredible. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I've been sending you a bunch of just random things, Brett. If we bring them back up in conversation, feel free to put anything up on the screen.
Yes.
Every time I come up, or every time I find something, I'm just gonna send it your way.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's like, oh hey, I forgot about this. Let's talk about that. I'll send you this. That's great. That's fine.
Typical radio.
Hey,
that's how most of our shows go, anyway. So
that's all the good shows. But as you can see, this is the badge off of the new kit. It's just the letter mark, and it is actually beveled. It is 3D, it is beveled, and it is great.
I'm so excited about this one.
I will say, even as a little fan, I've actually always loved the BYB. Anybody that I've ever talked to, and because me and Brett met via the EUSL.
Yes.
and that's how we became friends. And then I became friends with like Sandy and Mountain and stuff like that. And like I feel like I got more friends in the BYB than I do in the Coopers. Actually, I literally have more friends in the BYB than I do in the Coopers. And
many of us.
but like y'all's badge is always very sick.
I appreciate
jealous of
that. I didn't design it, but
No, I know,
I'm trying to think who did.
Such a timeless look, and
I don't remember who actually did our original design. It may have been Pat, but I'm not sure. I know Pat was involved with the Indy 11 crest, but with the Indy 11 original brand.
Yeah.
Not that we've changed. If we ever tried to change the brand, I know how it was for Lou City with the fans revolting over the rebrand about 5 years ago. There would be riots.
Yeah,
there would be riots if this brand got changed, because this is the current Indy 11 brand is just perfect. No changes.
It's the one thing that argue is our best asset in the USL is our branding. It's one thing that I think we got
100%.
Yeah, to say I like the new badge, the simplified, and we got the special fleur-de-lis in it. But that city landscape and everything that they did on that first badge,
it was good.
It was so nice. Yeah, it was personal. I understand. Again, being on the show and stuff like that, I understand the need to go simple.
Yeah,
because it makes everything else easier, and to have just simple boom. We are purple. We are white. We don't have to try to find the right yellow to the right gold.
Accents, right, for the accents or whatever. Yeah, we did that. It made sense. It's
just disappointing.
Yes. So, and obviously in this kit also with something that we kind of hinted at that is kind of Indy 11's identity are the checkers. So obviously there are checkers in this kit with and I will say, I think it was a smart decision to not go with the dark blue. I mean, the navy blue. I think it was smart to go with that, I don't know what color blue. It's almost like a baby blue. Not
the Carolina blue.
A Carolina blue. Yeah, and kind of go with that versus the navy. So I think on a black kit, you want colors that will pop. And I think this shade of red and that shade of blue really elevates kind of the design and really just helps the entire kit stand out, honestly. I think that was a smart choice.
I appreciate that. The only thing I regret is I would do something different with the navy blue stripe, because it kind of fades into the black.
Oh, yes, there is one. I forgot about that.
Yeah, to say I was thinking that next to the blue there is a navy stripe.
Yeah, you can't really see it very well. That's the only thing I dislike about this kit. I played around with putting outlines on them, and nothing looked better than this. So I decided, all right, this is as good as we're gonna get. It looks good. I'm not gonna keep screwing around with it and make it worse.
Right. I'm really good at that.
I am too. That's why I decided not to. I just figure, all right, it looks good. Well, let's roll with it. And then on the back collar, it has established 2011 on it. It's got let's see. We have the BYB logo on the sleeve. Let's see your left sleeve, Brett. That's the BYB USLC logo.
Yeah, so the USL, badge is definitely a fine touch.
Yes,
I thought that looked pretty good. And then this kit we did without a sponsor. I think this one looked really good without a sponsor. We have a sponsor for this year's kit. We have it, and this kit, the 2026 one, looks way better with a sponsor. So I'm really excited to partner with who we are partnering with.
Yes.
Which I don't think that's been announced either.
No.
But we're doing good things. And then I've got a few more designs in the chamber that are ready to go when that time comes, if they get released.
Yeah.
And so I sent you one already. The one that I've been working. Well, the one I just sent on Discord, the one I've been working on.
Yeah.
That one I'm not sure what we're gonna do with, but that one is one I would give that to Indy 11 right now for next year's jersey.
Yeah.
So
I'd go with it. I'm just saying.
Let's see it. Put it up.
You want me to put it up? Okay.
Let's see what Fox has to say.
Yeah, we got an exclusive here.
What does the Fox say? Let's find out.
So
I appreciate that you humored me on that one.
Yeah.
I really do.
Again,
One
I teach
thing that-
first grade, and like
Sure,
the first
yeah.
few, when I first started, I was in fourth grade, and that was a very popular song.
So did you get a bunch of 6-7s?
That's this year.
I know. Did you get a bunch of them?
Oh yeah, this is always going
all
on.
of them.
And it's
So-
really fun because again, I teach first grade. So I'm like, guys, y'all are 6 and 7 years old. Like, you know how to act better than these
Oh,
kindergartners.
no.
And they're like, I'm like, no,
No, stop that.
stop it.
But no,
So,
I
City
like
Matt?
this.
I actually
Yeah.
I sent you I didn't send you the final version. I just realized. So in this version it still says established 2011.
Yeah.
On the new version it says all roads, then the Civic Star, and then it says lead home.
Ah, I love
Nice.
that.
So
But yeah, I like
Yeah.
this because this. So what I like about this, besides it's a map kit, and we've said this on the show, map kits are a little overdone until it's your city. This is my city, so I love it.
Right.
So I love the cuff, the light blue, the white, and the red. I love tricolor cuffs. I think that just always looks super classy whenever you can have multicolored cuffs. I think it just adds to it. It shows that attention to detail. And when clubs don't have anything at all on the cuff or the collar, like neither one of them, it doesn't show that they showed attention to detail. This one shows that there was attention to detail on the cuff.
I
and
drew that
like
map,
it.
by the way.
You drew it?
I drew that in Illustrator.
Sheesh.
That took me like 3 hours to do in Illustrator.
Right,
There was no
just
15
That
minutes about
has
that.
to. Hey, it's pretty accurate. I think I can see where I live in that. So
See
yeah.
your house.
I mean,
Your
I hope
apartment?
it's accurate. I traced Google Maps. It better be accurate.
It looks pretty accurate. I live somewhere right there in the very middle of all of that, where the all the little spaghetti comes together, right there in the middle.
Where the spaghetti comes together.
Yes.
Dead
That's,
middle of the meatball.
We don't even
Yeah.
have a spaghetti junction in Indianapolis either.
Yeah.
That is a thing in Louisville though.
It is.
Yeah.
Hey.
Shout out to the Ville. I don't like Lou City. I have the longest standing beef of anybody with the Coopers from Indy 11 at least.
That's hilarious.
Brett, I don't know if you know this.
I don't.
I was at the very first Lou City match ever because it was a scrimmage against U of L while I was the student section.
Okay.
I was the student section VP at that time.
Okay.
And they came to U of L with a bunch of trialists before their first season. And they played against us, and the first 10 or 12 Coopers members were there, and they were just jerks to the students the whole time. And they had the audacity to come over afterwards. Oh, so you're gonna support our club? And I told them, F you and your club, I will never support them.
The hatred started early.
But like,
And-
tell me that doesn't make sense, because when you're playing the university that your city is in, like, I understand like cheering on your team, like, we're the Coopers, we're here to support Louisville City, not the University of Louisville. And again, I'm a Kentucky fan, so like,
Well, nobody's perfect.
I'm everything you don't like. But, like,
Oh, I'm everything you don't like too, because I have a second alma mater that you won't like either.
well, you tell me Tennessee. Is there a third one?
No, it's just Tennessee.
Okay, it's just Tennessee. Okay, but it's just
Oh,
funny.
I did say that I lived in Knoxville, didn't I?
Yeah. But no, it just kills me because like you're trying to recruit, and again,
Yeah.
they live behind a paywall. Like, you're trying to recruit, you're trying to get funding so you all can do cool stuff, and you're going to shit on them for 90 minutes. I know. Yeah, I've been saying poop. I messed up that time. You're gonna
And it's
poop
not
on
even that. It's not even that they were just bantering us. Like, they were actually jerks. Like,
Yeah, just rude.
personally, just rude to us. And all right, that's cool. Because originally, we were still in NASL. This could have been. I could have, if I wanted to, supported Lou City.
Yeah, different
Because
league, different team. Yeah,
Exactly. I love Louisville. I love the city, but I do not love your club. I will never love the club. And I have a lot of friends that they will banter me for it, and that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I love more than anything else is, where's your championships? Well,
Yeah,
that's fine.
Where's your stars?
And if you want to do that, that's fine. But my club isn't a corporate club where the only thing that matters is winning and no fun is had. And I feel like that's been my experience every time I've been to any Lou City match, going back all the way to the beginning. And it just feels very corporate. It feels like nobody's there to have fun. Everybody's there just to win. Like, couldn't be me. Like, that's a sad life, personally.
I will say that did bring him a stadium. I know it's a sour topic for a lot of Indy 11 BYB fans. It did bring a stadium, but I'm not going to go down that route.
They brought the stadium, but half the development that they were promised didn't even get built. So
yet.
But
no, I agree. But like,
yet,
I was to say, like, I'm also one of those guys that, like, in my head, like, I was like, I kind of missed the baseball field, like, because I had fun at the baseball field, like what you're talking about.
It was nostalgic, yeah.
Like
it's the same thing I felt when we moved from the Mike to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, like, again, I had season tickets. I was there at every game, and I would always be right there on the corner of, like, the third baseline. So I would always be on that corner, and I was, talking trash to players and stuff like that. And, like, that was fun. And, like, I would bring my random friends to, like, try to convince them to like soccer. And
banter.
Yeah, and banter and just, like, play with the – and, like, but I always get my inspiration from the guy on, like, Instagram who also, like, shouts very specific things. Like, one of my favorites is, like, it's like, Jason doesn't help little old ladies walk across the street. Just like what?
What?
It's like, what a jerk, So, like, nothing, like, personal at all. Like, I don't know the guy, but, like, that's the type of stuff that I try to get in their heads. Like, they're like, what is he talking about? You're so close. And so
I'm
personal.
the king of that.
Yeah, like, that's fun to me. And, like, I've only gone actually to 2 or 3 games at the new stadium because I moved.
Yeah,
I had tickets to go to the inaugural game at the new stadium, but then COVID. Yeah. So
I remember that. I was still living in Louisville when that happened.
Yeah. So I was here teaching my first year and had to shut down school, had to shut down that. I'm like, great. But even then, I was going to games here in St. Louis too, because
they're still around.
Because I really enjoy that.
Like the first
Brett tells Girl Scouts he can't have cookies because he's gluten free.
Shout out to Frank. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm saying Frank. That next week.
Do not give Jason or our TIFO people ideas to put on a 2-poll while they yell at me from the press box. So,
hey, I already have my 2-poll for this year. I'm not going to show it because it's a surprise, but you've seen it, I think.
I have.
You know what it is.
I have. Hey, all I'm saying is that I don't need to give them more ammunition to yell at me while I am not in the BYB section this year. So,
yeah, you loser. Why aren't you singing, you bum?
See, he's already got ammunition. Because I'm writing anyways.
I was to say he's going to be up there trying to do his job.
He's going to be up there ignoring his other job of being on the BYB board.
Anyway,
he's just like,
hey,
I don't like this conversation.
You know what? I'm helping. You know what? I'm flustered. That is what it is. I'm getting used to it. I had a thought in my mind that was going to be really good, and then I lost it. Anyway, so Jason also sent me. That's okay. It's my brain gets scattered.
It's also me just being me and having ADHD brain.
Trust me,
I'm everywhere at once.
I think at this point, every episode that we bring on someone, it goes like that. Fox and I go on tangents all the time. Just the two of us. We bring on someone else.
That's the key to a great show.
It just goes all over. Yeah, exactly.
You never know what you're going to get.
We've already had this conversation. Exactly. Definitely shows how tangenty we get.
Tangenty, yeah. Like
that's a word,
this
right?
kit. This is also a tangent. Is going back to this design. Again, this is this is reminiscent, Jason, the one that you had sent me of. I can't remember what year. I think it was one of the earlier NASL eras with the white gray on white checker.
It's the original Diodora, yeah.
Yeah, the
2014 season, yeah.
There it is. And so it has that little bit. I like this one personally. I'm also a sucker for white. I'm a sucker for a white kit. But this one I like because of the that nod to history, which is something that if you're a club like Indy, you have 10 plus years of history at this point. Use a little bit of it. This
even more because of,
even more.
You know,
yeah,
you got the NASL.
Exactly. So this is like a nice nod to that while also doing something a little bit more with it. And I'm always a fan of when teams who have some history, especially in a league that is still trying to get its footing and trying to expand. There are more and more clubs each year that have a history, and I like it when clubs or kits designs can take an homage to that and then build on it. Just like this does.
Yeah, I really like this kit too.
Because it looks good, right? Because like you're giving something to those who've been there from day one, but you're also giving it there for today for people who haven't been there from day one, and they're like, oh hey, you can have something like it used to. We talked about this with Bastion Sports. Instead of remocking the same stuff that you did 50, 60 years ago, you're doing something similar, but like updated.
Yeah, I'm always, and I think we had this conversation, I guess, 2 weeks ago, because last week was a show for me because my son was
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
but yeah, like, you know, I am definitely all for like giving shout outs for the past, especially if you're wearing that jersey that year.
Oh yeah.
You know, like Louisville City did that they came back out in the 10th season and came back out with the gold stripes, the gold hoops, the gold and white hoops.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, are we literally reusing the same template but with our new badge? Yes, but it's a nod to like the second and third season,
right?
So it was a cool kit for me. Like I didn't buy it, but kind of regret it now. But I have 2 of those already from 2 different years. So,
there you go.
But it's just one of those things that like I at least appreciated that the team came out with that and that the players wore it versus just coming out with it as a redone. Yeah, a redo.
Yeah, you know? Like a remastered version almost of the kit.
Yeah, it's like I don't need, you know, this year's. I don't need the shirt that literally says like the 2020, the 2015
right
replica
in 2027 or 2026, right?
Well, I guess that is definitely a difference between because when I think about that, I think of like, you know, all the European teams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
but like I don't know. I know you, Jason, have some other ideas. What are some other? You don't have to show images unless you really want to. What other type of things? I know you have that little bit of that creative mind in you, obviously, without spoiling too much. I know you have some things under wraps. What are some other things that you've had either your creative touch to or some ideas that you're kind of working on kind of going forward?
Okay, so first and foremost, we are releasing 2 kits this year. We are releasing the blue one, and we are also releasing a white one.
Ooh.
And the white one will be a Pride Month kit. We're going to be releasing it in April or something, so that we'll have it for Pride. I will send it to you, but it is one that we cannot show.
Yes.
But it looks really nice. You've probably seen it already. But
I might have.
Yeah. It's really cool. I like it a bunch. I think let's see. We've been working on more merch designs for the anti-ice stuff. So I did a t-shirt design also that we may or may not release at some point. That has to do with one of the memes that came out of the ice protest. And I'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yes, it's a great one.
Am I falling for this or not that meme?
Not that meme.
Oh, okay.
No. It was that one.
No, but you're slipping in the right direction. I'm just going with the icy puns. No, I also know, Jason, you've done some work in the past with like some TIFO stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do a lot of work with the TIFO art. Anything that has art in it, I probably had something to do with sometime. Right now our home opener TIFO, our season opener TIFO, or league season opener TIFO. The Harrison's doing great. I've been like a consultant on that, but I haven't really done much as far as actually doing art, but it looks incredible.
Yes.
And it looks really good for those who may have an enthusiasm for kits.
Yeah.
So anybody watching this show, keep your eye out because we got a good one for you.
Yes.
But
that's
yeah,
what I'm happy to hear.
Oh, have you not seen it?
The
TIFO art? Have you not
no,
seen it?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of that. Harrison's trying to keep that under wraps.
I'll see what I can come up with real quick, and I'll see if I can find it and send it to you.
Yes, please. Because I've always, so if you ever seen the last 2 seasons, some of the cool TIFO designs, I have a little bit. I did some of the stuff late last year, but the last year and a half or so, Harrison, Jason together, they've done some beautiful things together with the TIFO space. Like one of my favorites, which was really hard to try to come up with. If you remember last year, the macaroni nights that we do here at the BYB, Jason helped us come up with a design that we did for the trading card theme that we did, which was a really clever little thing that we had done. And as well as the year before, he did something even crazier. And like, I can't remember the full thing. Can you better describe it? So I feel like I would butcher what you did the year prior for Macaroni Nights.
Okay, so basically how this story goes, I'm on a walk, right? And all of a sudden I get like a panicked message from either Brett or Caleb,
Yes.
our other at-large board representative who were covering TIFO at the time last year, asking for my help coming up with something for Macaroni Necklace TIFO. And for those that don't know, Macaroni Necklace TIFO is it's a display that we do every year where we reward everybody who has participated in something with the opportunity to hold up one of the pieces of the TIFO. So it's a bunch of individual like 2-poles, and they all come up with one mosaic. And the one mosaic is for the team. And then the tradition is we trade our pieces of the TIFO for the players' jerseys off their backs.
Yes.
And so I have Bruno Rendon's jersey in the next room. I still haven't framed it yet. I need to. And I've got several other jerseys framed from this tradition.
Yeah.
But how this came to be was I got this panicked message from these guys asking for my help, and I said, "Oh, we'll come up with something. Don't worry, we'll come up with something. It doesn't have to be anything crazy." And so I came up with the idea. All right, let's do like baseball cards. And so I came up with a very simple baseline design of the outline, and then you have the you got like the flag. I was using that.
Oh shoot!
Can you bring that back up, please? Thank you. So you got like the waving flag in the bottom corner. It's checkers, says Indy. You got Lady Victory from our crest in the corner, and then you have half of the player's face. Right. Yes. Once I came up with the template took, I don't know, 90 minutes or something, an hour or 90 minutes of us on the phone just playing around with stuff.
Yes.
And then after that, it was just running the players through running their photos through image trace on Illustrator because there's like 30 guys. I'm not drawing everybody by hand. I'm sorry, screw that. And
where's your dedication, man? Come on.
When we did this, we thought, all right, these look pretty good. Yeah. And so we decided we're just going to run with it. Yeah. And and then we used just the 3 colors. And then somebody that wasn't me took the liberty of painting the BYB logo in red up in the upper left corner. And then we called it a day. And I think they came out pretty nice. For something that was kind of thrown together out of panic, I think it came out really, really nice. But I don't think we're ever going to top the Backyard Soccer one from 2 years ago. That one was awesome.
Talk about that one, because that one was, honestly, so I had heard stories about that one that you did the year before, that Backyard Soccer one. And
I'm afraid to ask what kind of stories you heard.
Well, no, great stories. I heard great stories, but it was going to be hard to live up to that. And so
impossible.
Hence why Caleb and I kind of panicked. And we're like, how do we live up to such we heard such great things about this. It was very difficult to try to do so. And, well, we obviously enlisted the man who helped design the thing beforehand to make something a little bit more competent for us. So
I actually didn't have anything to do with the original Backyard Soccer idea. That was all Harrison.
That was all Harrison.
I helped them actually do the artwork.
Yeah.
Once it was designed, but the original idea was 100% Harrison.
Dang. Okay.
And shout out to Harrison. They do great work with our TIFO stuff, and I'm really excited to see what we do this year, because this year's idea, if we actually go through with it, is pretty cool. I'm here for it. But Brett, I just sent you a picture of one of the macaroni tifos from a couple of years ago, and this was while it was being painted. But these were so much fun to make, and all the players just loved them, with a couple of exceptions that are no longer on the team, so I don't really care what they think. And everybody just loved them, and I'm really stoked that we were able to do that. But I think last year's was really cool too, because those actually were their photos, and you could tell that meant a lot to those guys.
Yeah, and what's impressive about this one, and one of the things that we were freaking out with, was their ability to get the skin tone like pretty spot on for every single player, and like being able to get that type of granularity in all the kits. Yeah, the kits. My gosh, and all the tifos was kind of daunting, but I love it. And it was such a great high bar to strive for. And obviously, said what we did last year was really cool. But this is a piece of kind of some of the things that obviously we can kind of harness, that he has harnessed with all the other creatives here at BYB to kind of like do some cool kit stuff and all that stuff. So this is so cool.
I just sent you another one too, because I forgot we got actually quite personal with the players. We even factored in their individual things in their hair and everything too. So this other one that I just sent to Brett is of Dougie Martinez, who is no longer on the team. He was not the one that didn't like his, by the way. I want that to be very clear. Dougie loved his, but we even drew his highlights in his hair for this. We went to all of the lengths to make sure that these looked pretty good, and I'm excited for what we have coming up this year. If I can find the picture from this year's, I'll send it to you, Brett, but it can't be shown, obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously.
But it is a kit-based tifo, so keep your eyes out. It's going to be fun. We have so much fun. I love doing stuff like this. It combines two of my favorite things in the world, art and soccer.
Yeah.
And anytime I get to talk about it, time just flies. And so I don't know how long you guys want to keep this up, but I could talk all night.
Trust me, we have had long conversations many of Thursday nights. This is kind of what we do almost every week when we're not rating, because like one of our favorite.
All right, let me guess rate the Indy 11 kit real quick. Negative 37 of 10.
Negative 37 out of 10.
I believe that's what I said during the monologue at the beginning. I'm sticking with it.
You're sticking with
I could knock it down a little, but I don't need to knock it down anymore. It's already pretty bad.
Well, I will tell you from my perspective, it's already one of the worst kits to come out this year. Since I've already rated it myself.
Is that what Frank's talking about in the comments? Is that the worst kit? Because I think that might be the worst kit.
What?
Go one more.
Oh, this one, Jason.
That's the worst. That's the worst kit.
Please, no. That
negative 10,000.
I would love to see the
meltdown.
Like I would love to see you create a Louisville jersey, like because you've lived there, so you would understand it a little bit more.
I'll do a U of L concept.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's right.
Just the city of Louisville in general. It doesn't have to be red. It doesn't have to be purple.
Oh, it will be red.
Okay.
I can promise it will be red.
Frank says this is so bad it's good. Oh, Frank. No, it's kind of like the like a Man City, Man United split kit. Like that, things just don't go together.
Yeah, that's
It's not like pickles and peanut butter. They're good separate, not together.
I don't like either of those things, so
I love both of those things. Wow. Okay.
I'm allergic to one of those things.
My wife's throwing in the comments. Also, look at those two little boys. So that's actually how me and my wife met. So I can't get too mad at you, Val.
So how the hell are you a Kentucky fan, you loser?
I'm born in Kentucky.
I don't care. You aren't. I'm born in Indiana. I'm not an IU fan. I went to U of L.
I'm a Hoosier, born and raised Hoosier right here. So
I'm
I
a
got
Hoosier
beef with both of y'all.
I'm a Hoosier by birth. I'm a Cardinal by the grace of God.
That's one way to put it.
So if I was doing that, then like am I going to be strictly a Colonel?
A Colonel?
Oh, you went to EKU?
Yeah, I went to EKU. So like, is that my allegiance forever? Like,
hey.
No. Also grew up in the 90s.
I mean, there's worse allegiances to be a part of than EKU.
I mean,
like a Purdue fan.
I mean, yes. you could be a Kentucky fan.
But again, like, I grew up in the 90s. So like, if you think about local basketball, who was there to cheer on? Like it was the University of Kentucky. They won 91, 95, 96, like I think 98. Like,
so you're a glory hunter.
I'm also wearing a Man City jersey. So
I guess that goes without saying then.
Yeah. So which my wife bought me for Valentine's Day.
Shout out, what's her name? Samantha? Shout out to Samantha.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And also this for Samantha too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because like I will actually wave that like during like Louisville games, like Louisville City games. Because like this is the actual sign language for the city of St. Louis, or sorry, the city of Louisville. So like this is the official sign language. Yeah, Ron Lou. What my favorite scarf that I still have? You're talking about like the mixed scarves.
Yeah.
My favorite scarf that I have is a Louisville City and St. Louis City, or St. Louis FC. I'm just messing up everybody's name today.
That's okay.
Scarf. Like on one side, it's mainly purple. And it says like the Lou we love, the Lou we don't. And the Lou we love is like by the Louisville crest. And the Lou we don't is by the St. Louis crest. But then you flip it over, it's mainly green. And it says the same thing, but the Lou we love is by the St. Louis crest.
It's flipped.
Nice. I have a split scarf like that that's Indy 11 in Lou City also. And it's also my favorite scarf. It was from the Lepapka game a couple of years ago, probably 4 or 5 at this point. And then on one side, it has on the correct side, it says the right side of the river in red. And on the side that you hide, it's set it in purple. Yeah. But that was such a
right now.
that was such a creative scarf. And I think we need to do more of those. And my hope this year is to do another scarf like that. I know we've collabed with the Coopers before, and we did the caution barrel scarf.
Yeah,
we did that with them already. I think we could do another one that's another like front and back. And I'm trying to talk Logan into doing something like that. I think that would be really cool. I think we'd sell a few too.
I also think, besides Louisville, I think something that we should explore about is trying to do something cool, even with the Three River Regiments, our little brothers up in Fort Wayne for BYB. I think that would be something that would be kind of cool.
We have a trophy ready to go.
There you go. So I think cool stuff like that. I think one of the great things that I want to see, that I love personally, are regional connections. I won't call them all rivalries, so they don't have to be, but regional connections. So like Fort Wayne, Indy, Detroit, Indy, Louisville, Indy, even Madison.
Yeah.
Besides your experience with the game day experience, the people of Madison and the flock and all of them, I
had a great experience there.
I heard your experience with the FO or whatever, some issues you had with them.
Oh yeah, that
people.
was
you love the people.
The supporters were great. Okay, so the story here, the TLDR is we showed up early to set up our stuff like they wanted us to, and they didn't have any idea where they wanted to put us. They kept trying to switch where they were trying to put us. And then they also had set up underneath where they put us a thing that was, they were doing like Hawaiian night or something, and they had like a photo booth set up underneath. And so we hung our away day banner, which we already got approved, and they said we couldn't hang it there. And so we argued with them for like an hour over this, because you already told us we can hang it here. It's not my fault that you didn't ask the appropriate questions.
Right.
Oh, well, this is bigger than we thought. Well, you didn't ask. We told you it was big, and we sent you pictures of it. You can't tell me that you're that surprised. And so basically, eventually, we came to some sort of compromise where we hung it, and then we like rolled it up so that it would only be showing, like on where the fence was, and not down in front of the ad boards, because we make it very clear, like, we have this thing, where can we put it that it's not going to bother you with your ads, because we understand, it's not that big of deal. And basically everywhere we've gone, as long as you lead with, hey, we understand you don't want to cover your ads up, but where can we put this, it's fine. And so they were not prepared for us to visit.
No,
they were not. It's same thing that happened in Lexington last year. They were not prepared for us to visit either. And that's what happens when you have an established group coming to a place that has just started. Yeah. And especially to a place that's only ever had League One. I know Madison's still there, but Lexington had never had a home game in USLC at the time that we visited. And that became a whole mess also. But the people in Madison were great. And I forget what position he held on the board, but one of their board people from the flock actually defended us against their FO, saying that what they were doing was crap, and that they needed to honor their word and whatever. And it got him yelled at by this same FO guy. So that was a whole mess for them that day. But we ended that night, because the biggest mistake they made all night, Fox, was they put us next to an entrance to the stadium, right next to the entrance.
Yeah.
So I'm in the corner, right? So I'm in the front right corner of our section, down like about 5 or 6 feet drop down. Yeah. And to my right is this exit. There are people streaming to the exits because we're up 4-0. So we start singing, "Is there a fire drill?" That was the biggest mistake that they made. It was great. We had a good time with them on that one, but the Madison people were good sports.
Yeah.
They were great sports for everything except when we started making fun of the Bucks. They did not like that. But the beauty in this, though,
personal now.
It's personal. Everything else.
You're damn right it is.
Don't mess with Ray Allen, bro. Give me number 4. The best part about the Madison trip, though, was that the Pacers played the night before in Milwaukee.
That's
and
right.
So we got to do the double. They actually played on Sunday the day after also, but I did Six Flags instead on the way back. But
way more fun.
I mean, is it though? That Six Flags is not great. I've learned, but yeah, we had a great time, and the Pacers got curb stomped in Milwaukee. It was the one game we lost that series. But I started chanting Pacers in 3 when we were down by like 30, just to make everybody around me mad. I mean,
it's not over yet. It's not over yet, guys.
Well, it's just trolling people is fun, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that we had in Detroit when people started getting mad at us or even in St. Louis. Shout out to the original Luligans that were the original Karen that said, "Why are the Indy fans so vulgar?" So we started singing a song, "Why are the Indy fans so vulgar? Vulgar's all we'll ever be. We sing our hearts out from this shithole." There's 5.
Yeah,
and you will never silence me. We love the red and blue. We'll sing this song for you. We're forever Indy through and through. So anytime somebody complains about us cussing, that's in the chamber ready to go.
Right.
Detroit, people were mad at us for God knows what. So we started singing about how Ron Artest did nothing wrong in the brawl because they all hate Ron Artest.
Right.
Yeah, the malice at the palace was not his fault.
Yeah. So just singing the malice was all your fault. Ron Artest did nothing wrong. Apparently does not go over well in Detroit, Michigan.
Who would have guessed?
So, it's most places though
cause problems.
Yeah, it's fun.
Honestly, one of my 2 years now on the board, one of my favorite things is just to hear all the chaos that surrounds wherever Jason goes. Not what he causes, just around him. It's always great stories.
I'll tell you what, Tampa 2025 will never be topped.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Yes.
I cannot publicly share these details. Brett, you've heard the stories.
I've heard the stories.
He's going to text me the stories later.
Hey, that's fine. I just can't put them on the internet.
Right.
No, it's just one of those things, that I've kind of, sometimes the minds that have some of the creativeness or some of the energy to do things happen just always being some of the most chaotic stuff around them, and that just makes it always fun to kind of just hear, how did this happen? Oh, you're like, oh, some crazy stuff happened here, some crazy things there, but it gave me the inspiration to do this. Or like,
do you have any stories you would like me to tell, Brett?
I don't think we have the time for that tonight, but
I could pick. You could pick out one. I can. Story time's always fun.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you Tampa, but I can't tell you any details.
No, it's not fun.
Tampa involved going to a bar and drugs. And that is all I can say on this podcast. It was not me.
I'm about to say again, it's the chaos.
The parties involved will surprise you.
Yeah, it's never. Yeah, it's one of the things that I've learned.
Why don't I just tell the Hartford story? The Hartford story is a good one.
Yeah,
and I even sent you the picture for this one. Show the picture and see if Fox can guess how that happened.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
This is the best. This is the best picture that I sent to Brett. Just everybody in the comments, just be ready for this. This is the best picture you're going to see all night.
It's truly the most Jason of all the photos that we've shown, besides Muffin.
Oh, it literally is.
I love it.
I'd have had Muffin too if I could take her on a plane.
Okay.
So this is me on the field at Hartford during what should have been our game at Hartford. We got there, we pulled in and parked, got out of the car just for them to tell us, oh, yeah, the match is canceled as of 5 minutes ago.
yeah, he was not happy about that. I remember seeing the Slack
and the team was there and also very unhappy about that.
Yeah.
And then so basically they have no pitch warmers. Some idiot in Tampa that I met at ISC He's actually a super nice guy. So like I'm not gonna actually I'm not gonna take the piss with him.
Right.
Sorry. 6.
I don't count.
I don't think that
Does
counts.
that one count? No, that doesn't count. So you're good with that one. Just on a
I'm
piece
not-
of it.
I'm not gonna
5.5.
just sit here and I'm not gonna sit here and just trash him because he's a super nice guy. But they scheduled this game in a city that is in New England in the middle of I don't know March or April, and they had snow on the field.
No.
And it had frozen a week before, and they don't have pitch warmers, and it's been below freezing the whole week. You knew you weren't going to play.
Yeah.
Why is everybody traveling? And so and so I went on the pitch, took the picture, took a video of me saying at least somebody from Indy got on the field today, and then we went back.
Slide?
Yeah.
No, because the pitch was rock solid. It was terrible. And I talked to Gaffer. Gaffer actually asked me. He said, "Well, you were on the pitch, yeah? Well, how bad was it?" I said, "People would have gotten hurt. It was not playable."
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, "Okay,
Good.
fair enough." And he took my word for it, which I appreciated. Shout out to Gaffer.
Yeah.
But who doesn't? Actually, a lot of people. So that's a joke. A lot of people don't like me. But anyway, at ISC, I found out he was the guy who scheduled games, and so I asked, all right, so I was in Hartford last year when the game got canceled. What's going to be done to prevent that from happening again? And he said, oh, well, we're just not going to schedule games there that early. And I said, all right, so why did you schedule us there again earlier this year than last year? And then his butthole clenched really tight, and you could see him get like, ooh.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And then I also asked him why the league was set up more akin to a pyramid scheme than a soccer league, but that's for another day. This is KitSZN, not.
I'm going to just point that comment out there.
That sounds like a USL show conversation.
Yeah. Look, Kaler, I'd love to tell Kaler about that story. But yeah, Spencer knows I love to cause problems. It's fine. Spencer needs to come to some Indy 11 games so he himself can cause some problems. He's just like me. He's just like me, but he actually partakes in the alcohol. So,
so you're saying, see, I've always found this to be, I don't want to say a dangerous combination, but an interesting combination. Those who can be dangerous without alcohol, because you don't need the extra stimulant to then be chaotic. Because someone like me, I just need a little bit of either a liquid influence,
it's liquid courage,
a little bit of liquid courage to be stupid, or something a little bit more of the gummy variety to be a little bit more,
Sure, just some sort of pre-match libations.
Yeah, and I don't want to know the dangers of people who can kind of just do it without needing that. It's fun to listen to and to maybe observe. It's been fun to observe.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, what it comes down to, all the roads lead back to the community. Yeah. And somebody once upon a time told me that me being unapologetically myself and happy to be goofy,
that's true,
is it shows that it's a safe place for others to do the same.
Exactly.
And so I'm unapologetically goofy and myself because I just don't know any other way to be. I've been this way my whole life.
Yeah.
And now I've had my personality has evolved, but I've always been this type of like character that I am now. And if Spencer says he doesn't need alcohol to be dangerous, that's true. That's very true. But Spencer does he loves his bourbon, and his beer and bourbon specifically. Those are the two. But anyway,
no, I love that. Being able to be who you are is something, and being able to even do that here on the show, kind of be I know we are kind of try to be a family-friendly version of these things.
We're PG-13.
PG-13, but
we say fiddlesticks. It's fine.
Yeah, fiddlesticks. Yeah.
All the time.
So,
fiddlesticks ice.
Fiddlesticks. So being able to like have people be them, because like that's one of the things that we always try to emphasize are people who are good at what they do. So kit design wise, who've done kits, who help market the kits, players. We want them to be able to tell their stories and be able to tell them in the way that they want to tell it, not have us tell you how to say it. And that is something that we strive for, and that's clearly something, obviously, the BYB does in a different perspective. And again, something I'll hone back onto is something that I always love and always strive for, and it's something that I know that's something that you, Jason, probably are quite particularly fond of as well, knowing that that's something that's clearly, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? That's clearly something that is close to you for you to allow you to be who you are, right?
Yeah, and ultimately, I grew up an only child of a single mom, and so my family very small. I always just knew one way to be, and that was me.
Yeah.
I didn't have siblings telling me how to act. As long as I wasn't acting a complete fool, my mom just let me do whatever because those are my lessons to learn. And
Natural consequences.
I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, I've had a better time as an adult than I did as a kid, because I feel. All right, I'm about to get real philosophical now. 2021, I was headed home from Knoxville for Christmas, and I was in a car accident. I got T-boned by a guy that blew a red light in Louisville. It was at Hurstbourne Parkway at 64, Fox, right by the IHOP. You know the one. It's a bad intersection.
It's actually right where my wife lived.
Oh,
His
yeah?
apartment's over there. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. My buddy Nick used to live over there, too.
Yeah.
He said that he was neighbors with half the Lou City team at the time.
I say they were sponsored by those apartments.
But yeah, so I had gotten off the interstate. I'm waiting to turn left onto Hurstbourne Parkway. I was headed towards the city, and a guy blew a red light coming from my left, and he T-boned me going 70 miles an hour, and now I have this gnarly scar. You can't hardly see it, but I've got this gnarly scar right here from where my seatbelt snapped my collarbone. I had to have a couple of reconstructive surgeries and everything, and that's all what it is.
Yeah,
it changed my life in a lot of ways, but ultimately, I think the biggest way it changed my life was I'm living on borrowed time. I might as well just do me.
Yeah,
I don't care what anybody thinks, because I'm not supposed to be here anyway. I had a firefighter that night tell me, if this car hits you any farther back, because he hit me in the wheel well, in my front wheel well, and it broke my axle in half, broke my suspension. Everything. If that car hits me in the door, I'm dead. And the firefighter said so. He's like, dude, if this hits you, if he hits you in your door, you're dead. Yeah. Straight up, you're dead. And in that moment, that was a liberating feeling I didn't know I was missing. And so from that moment, I decided I'm going to do me. I'm always going to do what I want to do. I don't care if I'm going to rile people up, ruffle feathers, upset people, whatever. I was raised to do the right thing, so I'm not going to go out and just, make a bunch of bad choices to promote myself. I'm not going to go out and steal from people. I'm not going to go out and shoot people that I don't like, right. Even though I feel like it in traffic sometimes. But I'm not going to go and do that.
No.
But I'm going to go on away days. Yeah. I'm going to take the opportunity to go and I'm gonna go talk to that girl, or I'm gonna go see if I can make something happen on this project, or see if I can work that job
and create cool stuff and kind of like do what you can along the way, right?
Yeah, and my life has been a bunch of side quests.
Yeah,
it has, and because I've been a substitute teacher, I've coached high school football and won a state championship at Central. Shout out to the Jackets. I was a head baseball coach at Central. I was on ESPN Radio Louisville. I'm now my latest thing is I'm trying to be a spotter for a racing team. Like my life is nothing but side quests, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that because ultimately I only have one life, and if it's gonna be that close to being gone at any given moment, to hell with whatever box you want to put me in.
Right.
I'm gonna be unapologetically me, and if you don't like it, you know where to kiss me.
And see, I'm not going to go into my story, but I have similar type of feelings from about 10 years ago myself. And that's some of the type of the attitude that I always try to have when it comes to just allowing creativity and not having it in a box. It's like if you miss, you miss. Because what's the harm if you try something that's fun, that is you, that is authentic? What's the harm in doing that? Because you tried,
100%.
you did your best, you're doing your thing, and I think when you see that,
dude, I like that that doesn't happen a couple of years ago. Like that's a picture of me in Miami last year. Like, that does not happen.
No.
That does not happen a year or 5 years ago.
Yeah, and I think people like authenticity, and people like authentic designs. I'm going to keep steering it towards that a little bit, and authentic creativity and authentic people create authentic things. And I think people can see that. And I think when you have that liberating feeling yourself, you can do what you can do best to your ability, and people want to be around that and kind of get that. So I do appreciate sharing that with us here.
Sure. I'm happy to do it anytime.
Yeah.
I'm very vocal about my story. And I, between that and the BYB saving my life, like I've got a lot of things that have changed my life in a lot of profound ways. And I'm very thankful to be able to share them with everybody. And hopefully, if my story inspires at least one other person to live their best life, then it was well worth telling.
Exactly.
Amen.
And I also think your impact these last few years, at least since I've been there, from the ability to give people ways to feel inclusive, to feel a part of a community, that at times the club may be pushing people away while trying to money grab them, I think has been vitally important. And I think
I appreciate that.
Is something that I wear this probably more than I do some of the more recent Indy 11 kits, because I love just how this feels more Indianapolis than some of the things that they've released. And
that was the goal.
That's the goal, right? But it's authentically Indianapolis in the design, and just getting to know you more, it comes across as you. It's also probably as on par, if not better quality, about being cheaper as well. So I think
I appreciate that.
That is one of the things that we love. We always hype up with Austin, who's been great to work with, who's also able to allow creators who are creative to be themselves when he doesn't get involved.
Yeah, Austin's awesome. Austin's great, and we had a great chat the other day when he brought us our samples of this year's kit, and another thing that I do, and I don't know whether people are scared to be this way, because of cancel culture or whatever. I really don't care what people have to say. Because I know who I am. I know that I am not any sort of pick your negative connotation. But I love stereotypes. I think stereotypes are awesome. They're hilarious. Sometimes they're positive. And the other day, I forget what brought it up, but Austin said something, and he was just way too nice to somebody that was just a jerk to him. And I said, awesome. Typical Chinese guy, you're way too nice. And he started laughing because, I mean, have you ever met a mean Chinese person? No. Exactly. And there's your positive stereotype.
I love
or like when I got the long sleeve jersey last year of that one, I got a 4X because I wasn't sure how they were going to fit. Right. Because I've got really long arms. I didn't know how they're going to fit. It was a dress on me. I had to take it to a tailor. And I told him, I told him I was going to do it, and he said, "Did you take it to a tailor?" And I said, "Yeah, I found an old Chinese lady." I said, "I wouldn't take it to anybody else, no shot." And then his response, I swear to you, is nobody better than an old Asian lady to do your to tailor for you. There's your positive stereotype, and stuff like that is so much fun, because if you can not only enhance your own life but others' lives with humor, especially if it's in a positive way like that, but even if you want to just joke on everybody, as long as you're joking on you also, like as long
the
as
intention.
As long as you're having a laugh to have a laugh and not to tear somebody down, there is no reason that we can't all have a laugh, because this world is really, really depressing. And if we don't have a little bit of laughter every now and then, we're just going to be miserable. And that's what you're seeing right now. Right now, this world is miserable because everybody's afraid to laugh because they're afraid of offending somebody. And I want to shout out my favorite comedian, Ralphie May, because he did a great bit on this. There was one bit where he's talking about going to a black movie theater to see a black movie, talking about going to see like Medea or something at a hood movie theater, and he says that you go in there and it smells just a little bit like weed, and he talks about going in, and the people behind him were making comments during the preview for some other movie, and they were hilarious. And he talks about how everybody's talking, oh, shut up, everybody's got something. I can't leave free candy at a restaurant. Black people can't shut up at a movie theater. Everybody's got something, and everybody's laughing. And he sees people. He says, I sense some discomfort here. Look to your nearest black person. They're laughing. And that's really that's all it comes down to. As long as you are making people laugh, and as long as you are not being a jerk to be a jerk, and you are bringing laughter to the world, you are doing the world a service. And
positivity.
Yeah. And ultimately, we're all in this together. Yeah. Everybody, we are not friends with billionaires. At least most of us aren't. I don't know about you guys. I'm not.
I'll let you know one friend who is.
I mean, I know a guy that is, but that's not my crowd, right? And unless you are, as long as you are not in that incredibly wealthy elite class, you are in this boat with us, and
let's make it a fun one.
Exactly. You might as well make it a good time while you're here. Yeah. And so that's ultimately what I'm trying to do. And at soccer games, I'm a jerk to people. I'll be rowdy and I'll make fun. Like Eric Dick, he was wearing a green jersey with Pittsburgh a couple years ago, so we called him Pickle Dick. And we were yelling, "It's Pickle Dick," like from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. Or there was a guy once who his kit was all red, and so we yelled that it looked like a used tampon. Stuff like that is fun, because especially when they look back and they just start cracking up and smiling. Most players are good sports, as long as you're not being actually really disrespectful.
Yeah.
And now we've gotten disrespectful with people before. If you disrespect me, I promise I will out disrespect you.
Trust me. But the BYB will find a way to dish it back.
Oh, 100%. And I will out disrespect you if you want to escalate the situation. But otherwise, if you want to just have a laugh with us, that's all we want to do.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that goes back to my time as the student section president at U of L. When I was the villains president, we made friends with a guy from Virginia Tech that was just on the end of the bench. He thought we were funny, so we started chanting that we wanted him in the game. It's stuff like that is fun, and people are so uptight about having fun. In Knoxville last year, one of my friends, he was actually in the comments earlier. He went to bed. He was covering the Trump rally in Georgia today for his news station. It was Trendy Chimera 72. to UT with him, and he went to the game in Knoxville last year, and we were. We hadn't made friends with any of the like Knox people around us. And so we started singing Bring Back the Strip, because at UT, the development of high-rise apartment buildings has destroyed the Strip, which was one street through the middle of campus that had all the different restaurants, all the different cool bars and stuff. And they've destroyed it. And so we started chanting Bring Back the Strip. And all the people around us started having fun because they knew what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. But a couple of the people that were in Knoxville with us didn't want to do that. They wanted to be in their little box and sing for Indy 11. And they know why we're here. I promise. Like, we didn't travel 6 hours and a half to be at this game for no reason. Right. We can have some fun. You don't have to be so uptight, I promise. It's not going to kill you. And that's the problem that I have with a lot of people in Louisville. Not necessarily individual people, but just in general. The vibe is very corporate in the new stadium. And I think it has a lot to do with the way that the front office wants the club portrayed, because they want to be this elite, they want to be this elite brand. Which is fine. If that's what they want to be, then cool. But that's not me. Yeah. And I wouldn't fit into that. And winning isn't everything for me. I'm a fan of a lot of teams that do a lot of losing, right?
I'm about to say, I haven't. Most of my teams that I support, I haven't tasted success until IU won national championship this past year. Most of my teams have not come to a lick of success. But
yeah, the only recent success that any of my teams have had was Tennessee baseball winning the College World Series a couple of years ago. That was fun, but everybody on campus would have just as soon won in football instead.
Yeah,
I mean, I love baseball. Like, the College World Series was awesome. That was great. I have the newspapers from it hanging up in the next room, but it's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't had, like, the Blackhawks winning the Stanley Cup. I think I was a freshman in college the last time that happened. That was the last time any of my teams had any success outside of Chelsea winning the Club World Cup in the summer, which even then, or the Champions League in 2021. How about that? The Champions League 2021.
Right.
Yeah. And even then, that wasn't really a sustained success. That was more of a fluky win also, just because Thomas Tuchel knows how to beat Pep Guardiola. Sorry, Fox.
No, yeah.
That wasn't even intended to be shade.
No,
I forgot. You guys got yours. You're fine.
Right, yeah.
But
honestly, if I'm talking about like where my true heart is, it's in Leicester. So it's been a rough couple years.
Yeah,
so.
The Fox likes Foxies, likes foxes.
Right. Well, then in that case, you're welcome for 2015.
Right. Yes.
That's probably my favorite match ever. Was that one, because Eden Hazard scored the Golazo for Spurs to lose the title to Leicester. It was great.
Yeah.
On the final match day of the season. Absolute cinema.
So I want to wrap this up here.
Boo, go to bed.
I know.
Go to bed, you loser.
That's fine. Honestly,
you just don't want me to pass the 2.5 hour mark that you set.
Honestly, the last time we did 2.5 hours,
Brett doesn't want to go 2.5 hours. You bum.
I didn't have work at 7 in the morning. I do now this time. So
I got to get up early to go to the match tomorrow.
That's right. Yeah.
We kick off in 11 hours and 56 minutes.
Yeah, we do. We do. I won't be there.
Against St. Louis City, I think, actually, too.
City too.
Is it 2? I thought it was I thought it was 1.
No.
Is that next week?
Next week's Madison, because the City plays this weekend.
Yes,
MLS
starts Saturday, so.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's like
was that
3
early?
weeks in front of.
I know. It's earlier than normal, but anyway, Jason, I just want to say massive thank you. You clearly are authentically you, and you are an authentic representation of the BYB. I think this
thank you
representation really seeps into what you've designed, what you've done, how you want to impact things, and also just kind of it's nice to hear some authenticity every now and then, and we do appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys for having me, and the pleasure was mine.
Yeah. So before we wrap up here tonight, I want to do our favorite segment. Takes very quickly here is a kit show off of what you're rocking here tonight.
Okay.
I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I love doing the kit wrap up, what we're rocking. I saw your merch there. So Jason, as our guest,
get the full model.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that kit. It's one of my favorites. What was that? 21.
I was living in Tennessee, so it would have been either 2021 or 2022.
Okay, but that season was the same one with the blue with the polo, the collar that they wore for the home one. That combination.
Are you sure?
It should have been, because it was the last year with Adidas.
Because we had the one that was the blue with blue pinstripes too. Nice. Welcome back.
No, it was the all blue with the white collar. I think that was the same year with that one.
We were at Lucas Oil Stadium for that one. That was
that's
early.
right. That's right. Regardless,
the one that you got on your wall, right? The one behind you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's earlier.
Okay. Whatever. I love those two together. It's my favorite combination. So I love to see that one being worn.
I love this one. I just don't like wearing white. I didn't wear my original. I actually have two of these, right? Dang. I got this particular one during the garage sale about a year and change ago.
Yeah.
And I put you can't even see it. I put 49 on it myself.
Number.
I did it during a board meeting. Actually, you remember that?
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
I was messing with this during a board meeting on Zoom, but I never wore the other one because I don't like wearing white. I always fear getting it dirty. But once I had another one that I could customize, because I'm going to leave the other one blank. It is what it is at this point. But this one, I might as well. Okay, so this one, This Your City Sucks. I made this, right? I made this on a Cricut. Okay.
Yeah.
I do that, and all of these, same thing. I put my name on the back with the Cricut and the heat press, and it looks way better than half the crap that the team sells.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took time to actually sit and do it.
I might have a request for you here in the coming days.
Let's see. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yes. 49. Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was my baseball number.
So
all of my customs are number 49. You will never unsee it.
Well, I might have a request for you. I'll talk to you later about that one. If you have a heat press and all that stuff, I have a request for you. But
it's in the next room. I got you.
I will reach out here once I actually get some sleep here. But I am actually rocking.
Go to bed.
Yeah, eventually. I'll do it. I am rocking last year's BYB kit. The one that
Jason, you get it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Jason helped design.
No, I think Jason designed. Yeah, I think I said that way, right? Jason designed? Whatever. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite fitting. I'm surprised I fit it because it's a small. My body is weird sometimes with small, mediums, or larges. I'm just medium large. So,
body's the worst.
What's that size inclusivity?
I know size inclusivity as you talked about. Yeah, it just fits. I take it. So, I love this kit.
There is no sizes.
What?
There actually is no sizes.
There's no size. No,
just buy the shirt and just it figures you out.
Yeah, it just informs you automatically.
Hold on. I've got an actual joke for this one. Keep going, but I want to. Okay. I've got an actual joke for this.
Thoughts? What kit are you rocking here tonight?
I have last season's Man City kit. Very simple design. Just the classic blue, but it has the cool time.
I love that little touch.
I know. It goes through the collar. It's on the inner collar too. How they did do different names and stuff. It's a beautiful one. My wife actually got it for me for Valentine's Day.
Aw, look at that.
I know. And a hoodie too. So I actually have a Manchester.
Hey,
hoodie.
it's a dress.
All of these are originally 6X.
Yes.
Actually, look how big this is. Actually.
I could fit a human in there. Another two humans in there.
We
You
could
could
cuddle
fit
in that
another.
shit.
You could fit another me in there, and I'm not a small person. I'm a very large human being.
With a large personality.
You better believe it.
Well, perfect. As always, massive shout out to all of our patrons down below for enduring this conversation and having a fun time here with Jason here tonight and allowing us to do this because we love weird design kit conversations and wherever they bring us. So
Can I read off some of these in my announcer voice?
if you want to sign us
That's
off.
That's another random like side quest. I was a PA announcer for Austin Peay State University men's basketball. Let's see. Ryan Smeltzer, Sandy Lester, William Lamb, Dylan Reed, Josh, Matt B, David Horn, Luke Loudon, Don Garber, but not that Don Garber, John's landlord, and Doug Brooks. Everybody else is special too, but Brett needs to go to bed because he's a bum.
Yes, I do. And very last minor for
like and subscribe.
Yes, like and subscribe to us, and also subscribe to our KitSZN.ghost.io to stay up to date. I'll put it in the link here in the description. So if you want to subscribe to our writing version, not just listen to us on Spotify or on YouTube and see our lovely faces, you can see our writings over here that we have just launched today.
You should put me on there because nobody wants to see this face. They'd rather just hear what I have to write. I got the face for radio.
Hey, I will put a link in there in one of my spams. Like, hey, you can click this link to go listen to it. So you will definitely get to listen to it here on Spotify this weekend. So, Jason, it's been a pleasure. As always,
Pleasure's mine. Thanks
as you
for having
said,
me.
I'm a bum and I better go to sleep. And so probably does this man over here. So
I got to teach first graders tomorrow.
You bum. Anyways, so thank you to everybody who stayed tuned in. It may not be 2.5 hours, Jason, but this is still one of our longer interviews that we have done. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we're looking forward to more from the Brickyard Battalion this year.
Thanks for having me, boys. I appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate it. Good night. See y'all next